Hello and welcome to the fourth video in the animal communication series. So on this video I'm going to give you a procedure, sort of guidelines for you to actually communicate consciously in a rational way with your animal, because communication is always happening as is. You're always emitting, your animal is catching it, so they understand you really well, and you're always picking up on the information that your animal is sending, although you don't really translate it in a conscious, rational way. And that's what this video is going to be about, for you to do this kind of a communication back and forth in a more conscious and rational, that you are aware of way. So before we get started, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Isabel Martins from healthandnaturallife.com, and I'm an energy healer and an animal communicator. And my intention with this set of videos, the animal communication series, is to pretty much spread animal communication to the world, because it is time for us to be aware of the level of consciousness, of love, of support, of knowledge, of wisdom that we have around us. The animals want to share their awareness with us, and it just makes for such a happy life when you know that you have friends of all species. That's my intention with these videos, to just spread animal communication and connect us at a much more deeper level than just a global village that we have. Now it's a global, multi-species, people of all species village. So with that said, let me just prepare you with some common sense guidelines before actually giving you the guidelines, the procedure to do the communication. So these guidelines are common sense. You might just think, yeah, well, that's nothing new. But it's something that I realize not everyone might be practicing even in their human communications. So I just wanted to share this before actually sharing the technique to do the communication. So first, whenever you're communicating with an animal, just I'm going to use the words that came to my mind. Don't patronize. It's not like they're beneath you, and if you're watching this video, I know you don't think that way, but still I wanted to put it to you and put it out there. Don't patronize them, but on the other hand, also don't think that they are somehow superior to you or know more than you or any of those sorts. So it's two extremes that we can go into. It's the, oh, they're just animals, they don't know, or oh, they're animals, they're wise, they're masters, they're whatever. You have both sides in animals, in humans, in every species. It's really all about individual beings. So you might have very wise beings around you, but it's not because they're in animal form that they're automatically enlightened, all of them. So like the human spectrum, you have everything. In animals, it's exactly the same thing. So that's the first thing that I wanted to share. Don't put them on a pedestal. Don't treat them as less than ever, because if you do fall into one of those, they'll just lose interest in you. And it's like a person. If you patronize the person, they'll just go, oh, okay, well, I'm not talking with you anymore. So yeah, that's one. The other one is, again, if you're watching this, I don't believe this is the case for you, but still I want to put it out there. Don't tell them what to do. So it's the communication, its purpose is not to just give orders. I want you to do this, I want you to do this, I want you to do this. If you try that with a person, you're going to have the same response that the animals are going to give you. Like, yeah, I might actually comply a little bit here and there, but at some point I'm going to get tired of this and just rebel or move away. So it's exactly the same thing. And the third thing that I wanted to ask of you was that when you do animal communication, try first to understand them and their point of view before actually sharing your own and maybe your request to them. So if you have something that you wanted an animal to stop doing or to start doing, before you actually request something of them, try to understand what it is that they're doing and why they are doing it. And after you have that understanding of them, then let them know what you would prefer them to do or not to, and your reasons why. So seek first to understand and then be understood. This is from the Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, which is a fantastic book if you want to read it. So these are my guidelines. First, before actually doing the communication, first, don't put animals on a pedestal or beneath the pedestal. That's one. Second one, don't boss them around. They'll just ignore you, really. Third, try first to understand them and then share your reasons, have them understand you as well. With that out of the way, I'm just going to share a few guidelines for you to do this, because like I said at the beginning of the video, you're always communicating. You're always broadcasting information. They're picking it up. They're always broadcasting information. You're picking it up. Sometimes you probably have ideas that, oh, I didn't change the water for the dog or the cat. Might have been a thought that they projected your way, like, yeah, this water needs to be changed, and you just picked it up and you thought it was your own, but yeah, maybe not. So this is something that happens very naturally. The fact that we are doing this in a sort of a technique way, procedure way, it's for our minds to accept it and really start getting used to doing this in a more rational, conscious way again. So first step is really to quiet your mind. You are always receiving information from them. The only reason why you're not aware of it, it's because your mind is always yapping, chatting, and just going all over the place. And with that much noise in your head, you really can't hear the more subtle nuances of projections from the animals or even from people around you. So that's the first step, is really quiet your mind. You can use meditation, you can use autogenic guided visualization or instructions. You can use whatever works best for you, but first, quiet the mind. Second, ground yourself. So pull your energy back into your body, and an easy way to ground yourself is to put your attention on the soles of your feet. You're going to start to feel tingling. So that's the energy that's moving down from your head into your body, through your feet, and connecting you to the earth. We're all of this earth, and we need to be connected at that level, at the physical level, in order for communication to happen. Third step is to just set an intention. Set the intention to connect to that animal. And right after you set this intention, just imagine a golden cord of energy moving from your heart chakra and connecting to the heart chakra of the animal that you want to connect. And the animal might be in the same room as you. It might be in another part of the world. It doesn't matter. If you're not seeing the animal, you just close your eyes and imagine a golden cord of light just moving from your heart and connecting to the heart chakra of the animal, wherever the animal might be. Then you wait in this state, quiet mind, until you feel connected. And this is something that I can't really explain to you, because it is a perceptual thing. At some point you'll feel something shift, like a door kind of opened in your awareness, and it's a feeling of clarity perhaps, and you are connected to the animal and you kind of notice it. But if you don't become aware of any shift, just assume that at least after 30 seconds, a minute, you are already connected. Even if you're not aware of it, the animal on the other side already is. So with this, you're already connected to the animal. Now it's the point to actually start the communication. And as in human communications, what do you do first when you connect with someone? you say hi. So you say hi to the animal. If it's an animal that doesn't know you, you introduce yourself and tell them why you're connecting with them, what it is, your intention, what you want with that communication, with that connection. And from that point on, you just start the back and forth communication. So you send the animal words, images, sensations, emotions, anything that you want to communicate. You just feel it, and at the same time, if you want, you can almost imagine that you're sending it their way, although it isn't necessary, because when you're connected, whatever it is that you are focused on, they can pick it up as well. And then after you send, for instance, your message, you just fall back into your body again, become quiet, and just start paying attention. This is the reception mode. So the one that you were practicing the exercises for from the third video is for this reception. So you become quiet, you focus on your body again, and you will start to receive information. This information can be sounds, can be pictures, can be sensations, can be emotions, can be direct knowings, everything that we discussed in the first video of this series of what to expect from animal communication. You can feel all of those, you can receive information in all of those sensations, all of those feelings, all of those senses in your body. So you have to pay attention not so much to what pops in your mind, but to what your body receives. So the sensations, the emotions, the even tastes, sounds that you might hear, and yes, of course, words and pictures also that might come to your attention. And this is done from a very passive place. So you're just receiving, you're not trying to interpret anything, you just receive the information. And from this point on, you might want to clarify something with the animal, so you send them a question, an emotion, whatever it is that you want to continue the communication. You do that, you send that information, and whenever you're waiting for a reply, again, you drop back into your body, you quiet down your mind and your energy, you calm it down, and then just wait for whatever comes to your perception. This back and forth will go on for as long as you want to communicate, of course. And when you want to close, again, like in human communications, you just say thank you to the animal, send them your appreciation for what they shared, for them actually connecting with you. And believe me, they do a lot of the heavy lifting in the connections. So even if we're not very connected, they help deepen that connection so that the information can flow in an easier way. So just thank them for what they shared, thank them for connecting with you, thank them for being in your life, whatever you want. Thank them, and then you can just close the session. To close, you don't have to really do anything. You can just say a little thank you if you want to yourself, put your hands on your heart chakra, just imagine the cord being released, and you're done. And this is pretty much communication. First, quiet your mind. Second, ground yourself. Third, say hi, be polite. Fourth, just send your message to receive something. Just drop back into your body, quiet your mind, and just be in a passive, receptive state. Then when you want to finish the communication, just say thank you and just release, if you want, release the cord. So I know this is a question that will come up. How do I know if I'm receiving it? I'll probably do a future video on that. So if you have any more specific questions, just let me know. But one thing that I can tell you is that the more surprised you are about the information that you received, the more you can be sure you just received it from the animal. It's not something that you made up. And another thing that at least is a lot easier for me is to trust my body physical sensations instead of things that might pop in my mind. Those may be combination of something that I'm receiving with something that I'm thinking. So it's a lot easier to physically trust what I'm receiving, what my body is receiving. And it might be the same for you. So at least in the beginning, pay a lot more attention to what your body sensations are telling you than necessarily what your mind is conveying from the communication. And that's it. I would suggest that you keep on repeating and practicing the techniques from the third video, because those will help you deepen more and more that receptive state that you have to be in order to consciously be aware of what the animal is sending you. So the more that you get into that quiet, calm, aware space, the easier it will be for you to receive and be consciously aware of what it is that you're receiving, and the more fun and the more rich and more deep these communications will become. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this, and please feel free to share it with all of your animal lover friends and everyone that you think will enjoy having a deeper connection with the animals in their lives, because I know that the animals themselves will be ecstatic, over the moon, and it's so healing for us as humans as well, much more for us than actually for the animals. So I hope you really put this to good use and start connecting with the beautiful beings that you have in your life. And again, if you have any questions, just put them in the comments, okay?